made. They just did a review with 386, and Cody was like in the chat and stuff. So
I don't worry about tomorrow, trying to live today. And I don't worry about my problems, drink never go. And the weekend's alright, and I got a plan. The way I'm living, I know some of y'all see. So I can promise that they can't.
what's good, everybody? It's Mariah, and I'm back tonight interviewing another artist. This is Adrian Raps. What's up, brother?
What's up? What's up? Appreciate you having me.
Hell yeah, man! Thank you for coming on. I appreciate you. You doing all right?
Yes, ma'am. Doing
All
good.
right, good deal. So that was Dead. The song was Dead Man, and it was you featuring a couple other guys. OG Black Sheep. Who? Tell us about that.
So that's oh man, 386 music. Uh,
Yeah.
that's them, and they had hit me up, and that song really came together strangely because if y'all follow my music, obviously y'all know that me and OG got a few songs together. We got more to come. Got some.
OG Black Sheep. Yeah.
That's my big bro. Me and OG
Yeah.
Black. So Cody had sent me that song, and at the time he'd sent it to me, it was only a two verse song. So I was like, man, I really get down to this, and TJ Freak's on the hook. So I wrote my verse, recorded it, and sent it back to him. Well, just a couple I don't know, a couple weeks later, maybe a month, OG was live on Facebook, and I tapped in to see what was going on, and I could hear the song, and I was like, oh,
They realize that you're really supporting them. Then they'll just you won't have to ask.
But I can promise that they
Tell us about that.
so that's oh man, 386 music.
Yeah.
That's them, and they had hit me up, and that song really came together strangely because if y'all follow my music, obviously y'all know that me and OG got a few songs together. We got more to come. Got some.
OG Black Sheep. Yeah.
That's my big bro. Me and OG
Yeah.
Black. So Cody had sent me that song, and at the time he'd sent it to me, it was only a uh, two verse song. So I was like, man, I really get down to this, and TJ Freaks on the hook. So I wrote my verse, recorded it, and sent it back to him. Well, just a couple I don't know, a couple weeks later, maybe a month, OG was live on Facebook, and I tapped in to see what was going on, and I could hear the song, and I was like, oh shit, turn that shit up.
Right.
Thinking, in my head, I was like, oh, this is my song with that I got with him, and he was like, it starts playing it, and it was uh his verse. So I'm
Right.
texting him, and he was like, yeah, I got a verse on this. And what had happened is we were both just super busy at the time that neither one of us got back with Cody out of 386 music. So it
Hmm.
actually ended up being a three-verse song with all three of us on it.
I like it when that happens, man. I've had a lot of artists tell me like about that how, because this day and age you can kind of email, stuff is it's easier, it's more convenient. You can email a beat or whatever, and you can get multiple artists to do, a verse on something, and it is convenient in that aspect. But also, what I love about it is that, like, sometimes you'll get a song, but you'll get two different artists, on the same song, and I think it's just kind of cool. So thank you so much for sharing the story about that. And yeah, that's cool. So yeah, shout out OG Black Sheep. Yeah, I love that song, man. Like the first time I heard it, I was like, I'd never heard of 386 music, but we just reviewed them on the Country Rap Report, Riding Dirty Radio with Big Vic. They did a review, him and Chief,
Okay.
with Trailer Made. They just did a review with 386, and Cody was like in the chat and stuff. So I'm a moderator over there, and I do some shows with Vic, and Cody was in the chat, and I was like talking to 386 Music, and now I'm like, oh my god, it's him on Dead Man.
Yeah.
It's like that's crazy. So, what I'm getting at is it's a small world, man. I met you through, I would say, probably social media, maybe Knuckles, maybe Outlaw Nation, maybe Triple T. I'm not sure, but here we are.
I'd say it was probably a mixture of all three.
For sure, for sure. Because you know how stuff kind of gets shared in the same circle a little bit, and then if you hang out somewhere long enough, you kind of you see the same things. So I found out about you, and I was like, man, I'm gonna reach out to him because he seems like a really neat artist. You seem to be gaining popularity pretty quick, and I wanted to sit down and talk to you just to get to know you better, and because I've been sharing your music on my Instagram story and just little ways that I can help. So here we are.
Well, the shares are definitely appreciated. I mean, that's independent artist. That's like one of the biggest things to help, and it's free.
Yeah. Yep.
Um,
Yep.
we do appreciate when people purchase the stuff, but we definitely share because if you share the song and like say on Facebook, even though Facebook don't like YouTube links, but say you got 500 friends, well, there's a possibility, at least I would say 10 to 20 of those 500 people are going to like it.
Yep.
So they share, it's a whole process. What's up,
Yes.
Larissa?
Larissa, thank you for being here. Ashley, I appreciate you, sister. You're right. And I watched the Jelly Roll documentary lately. We did a review of it too on the Ride Dirty Radio. And Jelly Roll said the same thing. He said about the song Save Me. He said he's at where he's at today because Save Me was shared and posted by so many people, and he says because of you guys, you picked up the phone and you said, hey buddy, you gotta hear this song. You shared it on Instagram, you shared it on and he said that's when the record label started calling or whatever. But in short, long story short, he said that's why he has ascended in the aspect that he's like a really big deal right now. So
Oh yeah.
independent music, you have to have a good group of people around you, I think, and and your supporters, fans have to be supporters, and they have to share the music because that's how you guys kind of, you're underground, but you can make it. Look at Jelly Roll. I mean, he was underground, and look at him now. So, I don't know much about you, man. Where are you from?
Um, well, that's it could be a trick question. I
Okay.
was I was born in Kentucky, a small town called Burkesville, which is in the like southern part. It's really like 45 minutes from where I live right now. Um,
Okay.
we uh we moved from there a few different times. Well, let me go back. I lived in a place called Albany, Kentucky, and the reason I wasn't born in Albany, Kentucky, is because it didn't have a hospital when I was born.
Oh wow.
So yeah, your closest hospitals were Burkesville and Monticello. Um,
Small town, small,
yeah,
very
definitely
small
a small
town. It
town.
sounds like.
I live in one now. We don't have a hospital now.
Yeah, same here. We don't have a
So
stoplight.
we got two. One's pointless, but it's right in front of the police station. So I think it's just one of those.
Yeah.
Let me see if we can get somebody trapped. So um, from there we moved kind of all over the place, man. I've lived in Kentucky. I remember the earliest place. One of the places we lived at was Alabama, Indiana, Ohio, back to Kentucky. Lived there for a little while. My mom and dad got divorced, and in the fifth grade, fourth between fourth and fifth grade, I moved to Florida.
Okay.
Um,
It's a lot of
dur-
places. Just but before that, you'd lived in a lot of places, man.
oh yeah, when I graduated, well, I didn't graduate. My senior year of high school, well, I did graduate, but not the way I was supposed to. When I my senior year of high school, I'd been to 14 schools in 12 years. So yeah,
Man, that's crazy. I went to the same school my whole life. Bought the house next to the house I grew up in. Like never moved. I just like creature of my environment, I guess. But uh, adaptation, the ability for you to adapt in those situations, you have to be really good at adapting at this point. So you mentioned like you didn't finish school the right way. Like I know there's so many people that tell me, like Jelly didn't even finish the ninth grade. Upchurch says, he didn't graduate. I ended up getting my GED. Was there a certain like thing that you recall during that time, or was it just because you were moving around, relocating so much, or did you get in
it's
trouble?
I didn't really. Well, I mean, I got in trouble a little bit. But my thing was like even then, music. I didn't care about school. I had an opportunity, I had a full ride opportunity to go to IEDT. It's was what the Institute of Arts Design Technology. When I was a
Hmm.
sophomore in high school, they actually sent me a letter, and where I was underage, they had to talk to my parents, so they talked to my mom. Um, Full ride opportunity for music production, engineering, and all that.
Yeah, wow. Well, I mean, see, so the opportunity was there, but you were into the music.
Yeah, I didn't care about school, so
Right.
I mean, I told her, and really what I said was, I'm 15. I'm not going to be doing this in 15 more years. And here I am. I'll be 32 next month. So
Well,
looking
there
back,
you
I'm like,
go.
God, but it is what it is.
Yeah, for
Uh,
sure. Everything happens for a reason. I really, really do believe that because if not, the world wouldn't make sense. But look, like you said, here you are now, 15 years later, still doing music. So, how young were you, or at what age do you recall being like, music is for me, or who were you listening to? Where did you get that inspiration?
Really, it's just like a family thing. Uh, like I have an infatuation with music just in general. I'm more, I guess, drawn to the hip hop side of things, country rap, regular rap, just the whole genre in general. Not so much today as I was when I was younger, but like my totally different end of the spectrum. But my uh, uncle was a preacher at a Baptist church, and so we played instruments, did the whole all that stuff. Man, he would play guitar live and sing, and we would always get together like family get-togethers at my mama Jean's and stuff like that. Like everybody, there would be guitars all over the place.
That's cool.
It's like the whole family, and I always wanted to play guitar, but it was just I don't know something I could never grasp.
Right. I mean, no, that's cool though. I picture like the Southern Baptist type thing, like everybody sitting around playing a guitar. So in essence, you grew up around it and you kind of became infatuated, or you know, like a little bit obsessed, or not obsessed, but it was piquing your interest because of the family aspect, and it brought you all together. So it seems like, who did you listen to? Like, because we're almost the same age. I'm older than you, but like, who did you listen to when you were kind of really getting into music?
Well, when I got into rap music, well, I'll just say getting into music. I remember my like it's super weird. My mama Jean, like there was no cussing in her house. We watched The Simpsons without volume.
Right.
We watched back then WWF wrestling with no volume. Like there was
I mean,
none of that. So we could watch whatever we wanted to, but we couldn't hear it. So, uh, but we would listen to a lot of like old country then, which. So I was growing up in the '90s, so the country we were listening to was either '90s country or '80s country generally.
yeah, Alan
Um,
Jackson, George
yeah,
Strait, Tim
Kenny
McGraw,
Rogers,
Kenny Rogers. Oh yeah, Kenny
Randy
Rogers.
Travis, stuff
Oh
like
yeah.
that. And then I got a CD called Now Volume 3. I still remember it. And I didn't like half the songs on there, But my age group, I'm gonna say what you want, but like the music growing up for us and that generation was Backstreet Boys and Britney Spears and
Yep.
NSYNC, and that's because that's what was pushed at the time.
Yep.
So I mean,
98 degrees. That was the radio jams, right?
yeah, we'll get under the blanket in there.
I remember Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, 98 degrees, Britney Spears. What was the
Christina
other?
Aguilera,
Yes, her, Genie in a Bottle, all that crap.
yeah,
Like,
but
I
I
thought it
did
was cool then.
I didn't really I listened to it, but that didn't really pique my interest or draw me in. A couple songs, and every young kid at that age thought Britney Spears was hot, so
Well,
it is what
yeah,
it
I
is.
mean, I can't argue with that.
So we I went to school, I took my CD and my little CD player, had to show all my friends, my cool things.
Oh yeah,
And I traded my CD for a tape of Hootie and the Blowfish.
nice.
So I
Let her
go home
cry. Nice.
and I get in all kinds of trouble, but I start realizing like I can record off a tape player whatever I want to. So I'm
Yeah.
making my own mixtapes at like I don't know, I was in like third grade. Now it
Wow.
was mostly country, maybe some southern rock on there, Eagles, maybe some ACDC stuff like that
Hmm.
because I w- I couldn't listen to that kind of music, but I would get my little tape player out, and it was one of those that was like cut in half. It only had one speaker,
Yeah, yeah, yep. I know what you're
so
talking about. Yeah,
but I could get it out and I could listen to it real low while I was not in the vicinity of other people.
and not get in trouble. Like you could take
Right.
your little tape player and listen to Hootie and the Blowfish or Dust in the Wind, or that's Kansas, but and not get in trouble for it, or as long as you're being quiet and record your own mixtape like on a
Hmm.
cassette. I recall those days myself, and yeah, that's cool.
And then after that, we were at a flea market, and I'd heard rap, but I hadn't actually got the chance to listen to rap. So the first CD I'd ever purchased that was a rap CD, because like I said, we're at a flea market, and it was a pirated CD, but I mean, it looked legit. And I
Right,
paid $10 for it, and it was the Nelly Country Grammar.
right on. I'm from Missouri, so Nellie's
And that was it for me. Like,
St. Louis.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, if I had to say like the most rap that I listened to growing up, it was Nelly because my dad was born in St. Louis. I'm from Missouri, so as a child, Nelly is the rap that I heard, and the Saint Lunatics, a little bit of Cedric the Entertainer, but that was Country Grammar was probably my most played rap CD for a time of my life.
oh yeah, that one like Country Grammar, St. Louis. Oh, there's a couple on that first CD, man, and they're still like I got the whole CD downloaded in my Apple Music, but man, I just repeat, just wore that CD out.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I still love some of Nelly's songs, but when he did the collaboration with Tim McGraw on the Over and Over Again song,
Yeah.
something in my brain was like, and I know now that it was like the mixture of the country. You're used to hearing Tim McGraw, singing on the radio country, and then he mixes with Nelly, and I kind of was like, and I really, really liked it. So that's when I was like, all right,
But from there, it just became a lot of Eminem.
yeah,
I mean, and it was the whole. I mean, I used to have a keep my hair real short and a fade, headphones on, didn't listen to anybody else. Like I go to my room, come out when I want, might not eat
yeah,
2 or 3 days.
yeah,
I just listen to Eminem, just
yeah.
obsessed.
Yeah, and that's a lot of artists that are like around your age. They a lot of them do say Eminem was because that's the time period we were growing up in.
Right.
He was hot right then when we were all 16, 17, 18, shoot 13, 14, 15, 16. And
Yeah.
so I mean that's just not by nature that's what we had out there. And I mean I think that he had an influence on a lot of people. My nephew's obsessed with him now, and I'm thinking, no, he's like 51. Eminem's like 51 years old or something, and he still has an influence on my 12-year-old nephew, like who lives in the sticks like me. So I don't know, it's just something about it. So you say you were naturally more drawn to hip hop and rap
Yeah.
than country, and I hate to label anybody. Like if you had to say, are you country rap? What would you say? Like, how do you feel about
Uh,
that?
Not necessarily. I just like to think because like the new album I just dropped that it'll actually be released on the 7th of July.
Okay,
Um, I just like to think I make like I don't know real life music kind of deal.
yeah. What's the name of your new album?
Far from done.
Far
It's
from done. Okay.
it's titled after the song I got with Trainwreck Kenny.
Okay, well, Trainwreck Kenny. I've heard of
Yeah.
Trainwreck Kenny.
Oh, that's my
Far from done, July 7th, right?
yeah yeah.
Okay,
I
right.
can, but yeah. And really, I'm actually gonna pull it up right here so I can
Heck yeah.
go through
You got
track.
a lot of features on there.
Let's see. I got one, two, three, four, five, six, seven features, 6 songs with features because Lonely Road is OG and myself, or OG, me, and TJ.
Yes, yes, and I've heard Lonely Road, and I think it's killer too. I debated about starting with Lonely Road or Dead Man, and I ended up with Dead Man, but Lonely Road was my second pick.
Now,
July 7th, so okay.
yeah. Now this CD may be more towards the country rap, but I don't like to say that I'm completely country rap if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Um, I don't know. I probably would lean more toward that side of the spectrum, If you said, "Are you country rapper? Are you not?" Then I would have to say yes. But if it's open, then I don't think I am.
Right. And like I said, I don't like to put people in like labels. Like art to me, art is subjective, right? I mean, so for anybody to objectively say, "Oh, I am country rap," versus "No, I am hip hop," or "I am trap," or "I am gangster," or mumble, or whatever they call it, I don't, I don't pay really attention to that. To me, it's just artists. Y'all are artists.
Right.
You're not country rap artists, Adrian. You're just an artist to me. So that's kind of how I look at it. But the world likes to categorize things and people for the sake of like keeping track or whatever. But and I understand it has a purpose. But on the other end, art is subjective. So tell us more about your new album you got coming out.
Man, it's overdue, way overdue. But
Okay, why do you say that?
some of these songs are 2 years old that's just unreleased.
Yeah.
And um, in the chat you see Crystal Maze. That's
Hmm.
like my number one fan.
What's up,
Uh,
Crystal? Thank you for being here.
like right now, actually, let me write one in because I just remembered one that's not on here.
It's really cool when you see people come back to, like you say, your number one fan. Whenever somebody is consistently following you and showing you love, that is seriously like so so rewarding. Because I mean, it means a lot to me as a supporter when an artist will recognize me coming back showing love. It's show love, get love. So
Right.
it's like I can understand being on the artist side of it too. How cool it is. Thank you,
I
Crystal, for
think
being
she's
here.
missed one, maybe two shows
Really, wow.
in like 2 years.
Wow, and shout out to Larissa too. Larissa Angel's in here,
Oh yeah.
and Rex Recognition is in here. Rex,
Yeah,
uh,
he actually sent me something and I got it wrote. Bro, I've been so busy.
yeah.
And Larissa, man, I got so much love for Larissa. She's definitely one of the realest people I've ever met. So
Yes, we all appreciate Larissa. She says the album is going to be fire. So, all right, July 7th. We'll be looking forward to that. Yeah, Rex is a busy guy too with the country rap heavyweights and doing his thing. So, a lot
uh,
going on.
the album's 13 songs. Um,
That's a big album.
let's see, Hometown's released, but Dead or Alive is not released. Happy Hour's not released. Country Rich, Get It All, Whiskey Night, Rumble, This Is For, Go Harder, Far From Done, Lonely Road. So there's 3 unreleased songs on here: Dead or Alive, which is solo; Happy Hour, which is solo; and the newest song the second to newest song I've recorded, which is Southern Skies featuring Hitman.
Yeah. Oh man,
So,
Hitman's a beast too.
yeah, the song Southern Skies. I have one that's completely unreleased. Like it's gonna be the single off my next album, and it's gonna drop in September. I already got the music video planned. So good
Cool.
Lord
Who
willing, the creek
who
don't rise.
shoots who shoots your music videos? Because I've seen a couple of your videos, and I think I know the answer, but I can't remember right now who shoots your music videos.
Well, um, I get a few different people to shoot videos for me.
I know
Uh,
TJ Freak's usually around whenever you're shooting them.
well, he's the we shot like 3 music videos that weekend.
Okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah.
So like uh, OG Black Sheep and 386 Music did a video together.
Mhm.
Then me, OG, and TJ Freak did a video, and then we all also did Dead Man that same weekend.
Right, because if you're all together anyway, you want to try and get as much done as you can, especially if you live in different parts of the, states or whatever. So, I mean, that's only smart. But yeah, okay,
So
that makes sense. Yeah.
I usually try to shoot as many of my own as I can.
Hmm.
So like This Is For was shot by Drew Rippey,
Hmm. I know
and,
Drew. He's a good friend of mine.
and also Rumble with Marcotic. That was also shot by Drew Rippey.
Yeah, Drew is Marcotic's main videographer. Actually,
Right.
I interviewed him probably maybe my first month on YouTube 6 months ago. He was one of the first guys I reached out to. But I knew him from like Facebook days, like years ago, and he was into the music scene. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna, keep it. We were friends from Facebook just because of music.
Right. And so um, I have actually got a producer I'm also working with because Kenny's definitely busy right now.
Yeah.
So I'm still working with Kenny. Catalyst. He's also out of Florida, but he recently moved to Tennessee. So
Yeah.
he's going to shoot some videos for me. And then I'm going to shoot some videos for him. Like we're just going to, take turns shooting each other's videos kind of deal.
I mean, that's awesome if y'all can do that way. Just like alternate, help each other out.
Because I can shoot videos, but it's hard to shoot your own video.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah, I can see that. I don't do TikTok shit where you like put the camera up and yeah, no.
yeah.
Mm-mm.
But I'm not against working with anybody as long as we can work at an affordable budget. I've had people tell me like $3,000 for a music video, and I'm like, man, I can get great quality from, somebody at a lower level. Yeah, you
Yeah.
might not get that promotion, but you're helping them build up as well.
Exactly. And that's what it all comes down to. And that's what I like about this, I guess, about this genre so much, or about the people that I've met, the artists that I've met. They all kind of have the willingness to help each other mindset. And everybody has their own kind of talent or niche, but then, they're all willing to kind of pitch in and help out. So I think it's pretty cool. But yeah,
So
yeah. All right. So July 7th, you have an album coming out, and you said it's long overdue. Didn't you drop an album in 2022?
thanks.
Or was it just a single?
Let me look.
I follow you on, or I have you on my Spotify too. And for anybody that's watching, anybody even on the replay, I did put all of his links in the description box. So make sure you go and subscribe to his channel, follow him on social media. Make sure you got him on your Spotify playlist, YouTube playlist. Every little bit helps. So
Well, my last album was December 20th of 21.
okay, that's right. Yeah, it was almost 22. Okay, yeah. All right. Well, I mean, and even Jelly Roll said like it was 14 months he took in between like when he dropped music till the next time he dropped music, and he felt like that was way too long, 14 months. So you said September you already have your next album kind of planned because you're thinking ahead, I can tell.
Well,
And
I got
it's dope.
8 out of 10 songs finished already.
That's
That's why
kudos to you,
it's
man.
overdue, because what happens is like you want to progress and get better. So it's not that like these songs aren't good, but the songs I'm making now should be better. And that, everybody, you should
Naturally. Yeah.
progress until you hit your peak, and then you should plane out before you decline.
Yep.
And that's
Yeah, you don't want to put a song on the album later on that you did 2 years ago that don't
right.
match your level at that time you're putting it out, because naturally you do get better, you perfect your craft. So yeah, that makes sense. You don't want to put a song that doesn't match the rest on there because it's gonna stick out like a sore thumb or whatever, or it's not gonna be well received, I guess, by the audience. So
And then it gets shelved.
yeah, like a shelf. Yeah, absolutely. I
So
mean, yeah.
I,
I so do you distribute? And I'm kind of confused. Like, I didn't know if you were still part of like the Outlaw Nation camp or not, and you don't have to talk on it if you don't want to. I mean, I don't really know anything about it, but I just kind of support everybody. I'm here, I'm there.
oh no,
I'm a little bit everywhere. I mean,
yeah, no, I'm not affiliated with Outlaw Nation anymore.
okay,
No hard feelings towards the guys over there. They're doing their thing,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I still got much love and respect for them because they did help me get here. And if I sit here and said they didn't help me, then I would be a bold-faced liar. So
Well, right, and I mean, I think in life, people come and go, people come back sometimes, and I think that's just the
right,
way it goes. Like, and there doesn't always have to be hard feelings about it. I think some people confuse that. They think that it's cutting ties forever, but it's not really. It's just doing something different for a little while, or trying something else. And I mean, I completely get that, man, because people along the way come and go, and that's the way life is, man.
that's
I
one
mean,
of those things. Never say never.
right.
And I mean, we'll just see how it goes. But
Yeah, opportunities. When opportunities come along, you got to be ready for them, and like you said, they did help you get there and everything. And there's so many different camps. Like there's like Creek Squad, there's Goon Squad, there's Hangover Gang, there's Outlaw Nation, there's just so many different camps or whatever. And it's like I said, I'm a little bit everywhere. It's hard to keep up with all of them. I just enjoy the music, and I like meeting the people. And you guys are all really kind of connected in a sense. I mean, it's a small world when you get into things like country rap wise. So I think it's pretty cool to make the connections between everybody. So
I'm gonna do something if it'll let me.
yeah, you can share your screen.
Yep, this one. There we go. So like this is one off the album. I know it won't be it should be it won't be heard unless people go back. It's been played on my live. It'll be played on this live, and then it was played on Triple T's live.
Heck yeah,
But this is a song featuring Hitman, and
nice. Yeah, it's letting you share it.
okay. Is the volume coming through?
Let me see if it will make you share tab audio. It's just telling you that.
But to me, that didn't matter.
So
Nice. Doing something along those lines is what I.
Chase it. Oh, habits are hard to break, and enduro's calling me home. They say I learn from my mistakes, but me, I see nothing wrong by the way I'm living, the clothes I wear, or the truck is parked outside. Just a good old boy from Tennessee, raising hell under southern skies.
Yes.
yeah, there's that one.
Yes, that's killer, man. That's killer.
And that'll be that's what
love
the
it,
album end with.
man. No, that's really good for real. And I'm not just telling you that. That's killer.
And that's what I was saying like earlier. See, I put references there in that
Mhm.
song, that last verse. When I said,
Had a damn good time with Outlaw Nation.
yeah, I did.
Yep.
And then
Stumbling blocks or a stepping stone, something along those lines is what I got. Like, it's what you make of it.
right. And then I said met some people in the tavern. That's reference back to Crystal because she didn't know who I was. I didn't know who she was. I got up, I performed, in a tavern in Indiana, and she's been following me ever since. So
Nice.
definitely,
See, that's so special. Crystal, you rock. And she said Mia is singing along, trying to sing
yeah,
along.
that's her daughter.
Oh, so sweet, so sweet. I wonder how old she is, but that's precious. I mean, that's got to be that's what makes it all worth it, man. The song's killer. I cannot wait for your album to drop July 7th. So we'll be looking for that. You do sell merchandise. I did see on the
Yeah.
Adrian Raps Keep It Mullet website.
Well, I can't sell it on the merchant on the website
Okay,
due
tell
to
us how.
I don't have a taxpayer ID thing.
Oh yeah, that
You know,
shit.
to try to tax you. So right now you can just message me on any of my social medias. I sell
Okay.
everything, ship everything. I shipped some this morning actually. One of
Nice.
those was
Okay.
to Larissa. But these are my
Nice.
all right. So these shirts were last year's shirt.
Uh,
So they're discontinued for now.
right. Okay.
The new shirts this year, which I have these, they're just white Adrian wraps, just all white. Uh, only in black shirts.
White with black lettering.
It's a black shirt, white lettering.
Okay.
And I might have to turn this light off because it seems.
I'm kind of a fan of the red, white, and blue, but
So these are the new ones.
I got pink.
This is pink.
Sweet.
It says AR on the front for Adrian wraps, and there's the back.
Nice.
And
Oh,
then
that's
I
cool.
also got them in black. So same
Nice.
way, AR in the front, and then the logo on the back.
Dope.
And
I
it's
like that. You got a microphone and a wrench. That's
Yep.
cool. And
and
a
then
mullet.
the microphone says, oh, trying to do this backwards. It says Adrian wraps in the microphone.
Oh, yep.
Let's see this hand.
And then at the bottom. Oh, yeah, wraps. Okay, I see it. Yep.
And then over here I got AR in it.
Cool. That's
So
pretty
yeah,
cool.
that's the new merch that I've got for this year until next year.
Right on, man. No, that's good. I like that. I mean, it's good to keep things going, like, changing it up every once in a while too. Because I've talked to, guys that have been rapping for, 30 years, 25, that's probably, not being too generous, but, and they switch up their merch. They're doing big lighters now. They've done pink now for offering something for the ladies, just changing it up a little bit because society's evolving into, some things we don't like and other things that we do like. So good for you, man. That's pretty cool. Crystal said, oh, she's 4. Oh, that's so sweet. She was singing along to that song at 4 years old. That's very special. How cool. So have you performed anywhere lately, or do you have any shows that you're scheduled to perform at?
Man, I don't remember my last show. Things just been flying crazy, but I have a one actually July 8th in North Carolina. Give me just a second. I'll tell you the exact location.
July 8th, North Carolina. Okay.
I'm gonna pull up this.
Is it a mud park? Busco?
It's a drag strip.
I know there's Busco, whatever. That's an outdoor like off-road mud park.
Yeah. Let me pull this message up and I'll tell you because it got changed. It was at the 710 drag strip. It's out towards like Lumberton area.
Yeah.
The new one will be maybe
I met a lot of cool people cool artists that are from North Carolina actually.
Thunder Valley.
Kane is one. What is it?
Thunder Valley drag strip.
Thunder Valley, July 8th in North Carolina. Okay, all right. So anybody in North Carolina or in that area, make sure you go out and see them and show love because I personally love concerts.
The Fayetteville, Lumberton area.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I hope anybody that's able to will go out. Like you said, Crystal's only missed like one show. See, that's me, like with Demon Jones, and he's probably my favorite artist. I just respect him a lot. But I try to go to anything within 3-4 hours. But I've been known to drive 9 hours, just depending. But I mean, July 8th, I'll actually be in I'll be in Missouri in Knob Noster, and don't hate me, but I'm going to see Knuckles, and I think New Breed is going to be there.
Yeah.
I've never seen them in concert before. So
they put on a hell of a show.
Okay, cool. It'll be my first time. So I mean, I bought tickets a long time ago, but it's in Missouri, so that's why it's close to me. I'm gonna go and support, show love.
Well, I messaged you. I'll be in Missouri September 23rd. So
yeah, okay, yeah. And I don't think I have anything planned around that time. I think I'm going to see Jelly Roll in August, so Outlaw Nation in July and Jelly Roll in August. But yeah, so super cool. I love live shows because you get to meet the artists most of the time, and you can buy the merchandise, and then the people. Like, there's nothing like that energy of all the people in the same room, all sharing that same kind of vibe, feeling, emotion. So.
Yeah, I'll definitely. If you ever come to one of my shows, just for anybody, I'm definitely in the crowd. I sell my own merch. I don't do the whole backstage thing.
Charge you $100 to go backstage and meet you, but really it's just beside, and it's I know I'm not knocking nobody for doing it, but I've done those too.
Crystal just put it in the chat. August 5th, I have a show in my hometown. Well, not where I live. It's like 20 minutes from where I live right now.
Yeah, okay.
Where I just moved from. It's Cookeville, Tennessee. I got a show. So it's I've shared it. It's myself, Trainwreck Kenny, my brother OG Black Sheep, Catalyst and Smokey Black, Joe Tyler.
Joe Tyler's gonna be there too. Man,
Yep.
he's been a hot topic lately.
Oh man, who else? Two Kinds and Colt Montgomery.
Colt Montgomery, really? I
Yep.
love Colt. Colt was one of the individuals I interviewed that just left like a major mark on me. But yeah, he works with Rich Regal and all kinds of people. So I'm happy to see that you guys are working together too. Like I said, at this point, like everybody's connected in one way or another. It's just you got to be really open-minded, and people say this industry is not competitive, and I don't look at it that way. I look at it like it's all about just showing love, and it's a brotherhood. It's
Right.
not about competition.
I mean,
I'm in competition with nobody.
there's enough on the table. I feel like for everybody to be able to eat. So
Facts. There's enough internet for everybody. There's enough ears for the music, and
Right.
I just don't feel like there's any need to pick sides or make it about, who's better or whatever. I don't get that competitiveness. But whatever, there's a place for that too. So I
So
really enjoy meeting the artists.
since we're talking about that, um, another artist that you just interviewed recently, Country Cody, I have a song with him
Oh
in the
really?
works. Yeah.
He was really cool too. He smokes meat like I do, and his microphone was messed up. So we're gonna actually redo it, and we're gonna do it again. But yeah, he's super nice, man. He was pleasant. I was pleasantly surprised.
So we're gonna just thinking about that made that song go from or that CD I was telling you about go from 10 to 11 because I didn't even have that one wrote down. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, I definitely stay working.
Right. Wow, man. Yeah, that's great though. And networking is important. I think there's some artists that they get to a certain level where they won't collaborate anymore. They won't feature. Um, to me, it just all depends on like morals, respect, loyalty, trust, and everything. And then other artists really, really enjoy collaborating in ciphers. Like I've met guys that do ciphers and battle rap, and it's really cool because I get to see all kinds of artists. So
Yeah, it's the hip hop genre is crazy, really, because there's so much that goes on within the subgenres.
yes,
Because
and yeah,
country rap is not a genre, so
no.
just everything within, and then even like the subgenres have subgenres.
Facts.
But
Like
you
there's
know,
trap, there's country rap, trap,
like Jamie
and
Ray.
yeah. I mean,
I mean, the way
I
I look,
always confuse him with Joe Tyler, Jamie Ray and Joe Tyler. I get them confused, and they're different, and I don't know why I do, but I do.
but like you break it down, you got like country rap, and you can just start with the two biggest country rap people of all time, and you got Colt Ford and Upchurch.
Yeah, or yeah, Colt Ford, Bubba Sparks, and
Well,
yeah,
they're the
Upchurch.
originators, but I
Right,
mean,
true. Yeah,
but I think Church is bigger than Bubba Sparks.
I think he is definitely in the last 10 years. I think
Yeah,
that Bubba was definitely first.
right,
But I mean, what Church does is something that nobody else really does. Like he does all genres, but he's got the following, the people, like he's got the supporters like no other
right.
artist out there has. So we're not all afforded the same
No,
luxuries and opportunities and stuff. And I'm not saying he's like lucky or nothing. I mean, he probably built that. You know what I mean? Like
right.
it probably took work to build that fan base, but man, they are a fan base. And for me, it's about the music. And like I said, there's all kinds of clubs out there. There's Angels and Outlaws, there's Hangover Gang, there's Outlaw Nation, there's Creek Squad. There's so many. But for me, it's like y'all are you just you can all get along.
Right.
I've met artists coming up that tell me like they're afraid to work with a certain artist because of beef in the past with somebody, and it's like they're afraid to work with Calhoun because he had beef with Caskey or something like that, just for example. And it's like, ah, man, that's the
Well,
past.
I mean, and the way I see it is, I mean, you got to respect, you know, the grind. So
Yeah,
just because if, uh, we'll just say like Hosier and Calhoun,
right.
like if you got a song with Hosier, I think you could still get a song with Calhoun.
Right, you could. And
Now,
why miss out on the opportunity if you don't even try?
right now, would they? Because 9 times out of 10, coming out of pocket for a feature like that, people don't like. It's a business move.
Yeah, absolutely,
Now,
absolutely.
if if uh if Adam's trying to get you on his, his record label or something like that, then obviously you don't want to be risking your opportunity for that to get a feature.
Right.
That's a little bit different. But
Yes, it
I
is,
mean, if
it
you if
is.
you're going and paying for a feature for a bigger artist, then in the business aspect, I think you could still do it.
Oh yeah, for sure. And we know this because if you pay real close attention, we've seen it before, and it'll be confusing sometimes because you'll be like, "But wait, I thought they had beef, or there was this going on, or whatever." But if you're around long enough and you pay close enough attention, you'll see, like like you said, 9 times out of 10, it is what it is. But like I say, like business is never personal. So people
Right.
will say, this ain't competitive. There's no, everybody gets along. It's all love and everything. That's a great, way to kind of have an optimistic attitude, but it's not really the reality of it. I don't feel like anyway, but that's okay too.
I mean, you got to have a little bit of personal in it because you always want to do what's best for you as a person. I feel like,
Yes.
but as long as you're being smart about things and you make the right business moves
Yeah.
to uh to run parallel with your personal beliefs, then I don't think you can go wrong.
Right, exactly. It's finding that balance of doing what's best for you and your family, but then also, making sure that you're straight as far as, having the ability to work with somebody in the future. I try not to count other people's bags, so to speak. I worry about my own, but never block off a blessing. Never block my blessings is something that Clint Smith, he's a graphic designer. He did an overlay for me. He works with all kinds of artists doing cover art. Clint Smith here told me, about blocking your blessings. And, that's something that's stuck with me ever since. I've learned something from every artist I've interviewed, a precept or a phrase or something that, I've used. And that's kind of why I do what I do. It's mostly hobby. Love meeting you guys. Love supporting you guys, coming out to the shows. Love the music. Try to teach people, add it to the playlist. Of course, buy it if you can. But, for me, that's what it's all about. So,
Right.
I understand it might not be all love for everybody everywhere all the time, but at least we can. If everybody does a little bit, then it's going to make a difference. So, do you work a full time job too, or is music your only?
Yeah. No, I work a full time job.
Okay, yeah,
Um, I just got a promotion actually, but
good.
yeah, that was one of my biggest things of why the album's not out because last year I was working like 60 to 70 hour weeks for about 9 months last year.
That's a long week, man.
It was brutal.
Whew, yeah, I mean, I hope that the promotion makes it so that you're able to focus more on the music and your family and doing what you love. I heard you say you coach softball and all that. So, I mean, without the music, you're probably busy. So, the goal is to get you guys to where you can, make money off doing what you love, which is making music. And, that's kind of where the fans or supporters need to step up and do what they can to help, I feel like.
Yeah. I do a lot of as much as I can outside of music as well because I mean tomorrow's never guaranteed. So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
want to
for
make
sure.
sure I want to make sure that how do you put this, like I get as much time in, especially with my son,
Yeah.
as possible. I've
Yeah,
lived
like
30 years. Me and my wife will be together next year for 15 years.
wow. I mean,
And
that's rare these days. So many people divorce, and I mean, congratulations. That's something to be very, very, very proud of.
thank you. So I don't know. I just when my mom and dad got divorced. I don't know my biological father. Uh, I think that kind of sent me in my downward spiral.
Yeah,
Which I mean, it all worked out in the end because I got a great stepdad. I got a good stepmom, great stepmom. Uh, I have siblings now on both sides through those new marriages. So I mean, it's not that I would wish they were still together. And really, if they were still together, I probably wouldn't be here having this interview because
right.
without everything in the past, I wouldn't be who I am today.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
I didn't always have the father figure at home,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I
yeah.
want to make sure I do the best I can to leave that those thoughts in my son's mind. So
And also, I always try to make more for my son than I ever had, or do better, for him than my parents were able to do for me. And
right,
it's nothing against my parents, they did the best they could. But it's like, you live and you learn. A life experience will surely teach anybody, the right minded person, something. You take away from that and make the best out of it. So, doing the best you can with your son and everything is, I always say family first. And that's
oh
one
yeah,
reason I respect Demon Jones so much is, he really he'll put a whole album out just to talk to people about family. Like he doesn't care if it even sells. He gets it out. He wants to talk about it, and it's like I respect the hell out of that. It's not just all about money,
No.
and I think that's pretty cool. So I feel
Um,
like you're on a great track with your family, with your album. Shows coming up. You know of at least a few. So I think that's great, man.
appreciate that.
I really do, and I'm happy to hear that your wife has been by your side. Uh, 15 years says a lot. You know that means that you're like ability to adapt. You said growing up you moved around a lot and everything. I think that kind of helped you to be able to adapt and you overcome. I guess whenever things are rough, you don't just walk away, and that's what
No,
15 years of marriage tell. You can kind of
but it's not marriage.
and
It's 5 years of marriage, just 15 years together. So
right, and that's how people. Yeah, they always say it's like, well, we've been together this long, we've been married this long. It's like, yeah, but y'all have been together, like putting
right.
up with each other, so to speak, when it comes down to it, and that just shows that you're willing to work things out. At the end of the day, and not everybody has that characteristic trait where they're able to, go to bed mad at night, wake up in the morning, and still love each other. Make the best of the next day. It's like they just want to give up.
That's one thing we don't do anymore. Is go to bed mad.
Yeah,
So
it's horrible.
it's
It's horrible. Well, I'm very excited. July 7th, you have an album dropping. Anybody that wants your merchandise, um, awesome new shirt, man. I
appreciate it.
really like that. Yeah, so they can hit you up on Instagram or Facebook. I put
Yep.
the links in the description box if they want to order some merchandise, T-shirts, decals, stuff like that. If they want to stream your music on Spotify, I put that link in there. What else? I'm not a big TikToker. I don't know if you want me to put any other links in there.
I mean, I got TikTok, but I'm very not. I'm not active on TikTok. I'm
That's
gonna
kind of
send
how
you
I
a link.
am.
I will send it to you when the
Okay.
live ends. If you want to go back,
Yeah.
throw it in there.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
send you a
Sure.
link. It'll be the Command Shift. That's the distribution company I'm working with
Okay.
now.
Okay.
But
I can do that.
it'll be the smart. It's called Smart Link, but it'll give you the link to the album for Spotify pre-saves, Apple Music pre-ads, which is the same thing.
Yeah.
It has the Deezer pre-save, the Tidal pre-save, and the iTunes pre-order. I'm also on it. It also is on Amazon. It don't give me that link, but I did a search manually the other day and I found it, so
Cool.
it's
Good.
there.
Yeah. See, that's the behind the scenes that people don't realize is the distribution and putting this stuff out there is a whole nother thing. It's like you got to make the music, perfect it, then you got to get it out there and distribute it to people. So, yes, please send me that link and I will definitely put it in the description. That way they know where to find it so they can go help support you. And just streaming on YouTube helps too. I know it takes a lot of streams to make money, but it really is about sharing it with people sometimes.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, I could tell y'all right now that I have quite a few streams throughout every service shared because the distribution will show you a collective, and it's like so if you sell a single for 99 cents, and I did a watched a whole breakdown on this. Buying the single is equal to 3,000 streams.
wow,
So, for example, it takes 3,000 streams to make $1.
that's insane. I mean, I
So,
have a lot on my playlist, but like 3,000 times would probably take, even if I listen to it 3 times a day, that's still only 1,000 a year.
right.
So
So
that says a lot.
that's where you got to grow that fan base so you can have it to
Yeah.
be able to do all that with.
Yeah. Strengthen numbers in that aspect. Like, the more people that you have on board that will stream it and or just spend the 99 cents and buy it. I mean, like Crystal, I'm sure she
Oh
knows
yeah,
about this.
she already pre-ordered it on iTunes. She showed me.
Yeah. See, that's what I call a real one. Like whenever you meet a real one, it's like, those are the people that are really going to go and spend the money to support you. And that's kind of what it's all about. So, me, I like interviewing the artists. I like supporting you guys pre-order, pre-save, all that stuff. Sharing on Instagram every day because I have quite a few followers on there, which I'm shocked. I have like 8,000 Instagram followers, and I don't know why because I'm nobody, but I guess because I share music a lot and I've interviewed like 70 artists, so people find it interesting. But uh, I mean, I wish you the best. I just realized it was 9, and you're welcome to come back on the show anytime. I will be looking for your new album,
Okay.
and I'll be sharing your music. I'll put that link that you're gonna send me in the description box, and hopefully I get to go see you when you come to Missouri.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, it'd be really cool, really cool. Maybe I could do like on the spot little like 10-minute, I don't know, interview, say hi, whatever.
Oh, definitely. And
I've
if
never
you're
done
there,
that
I'll
before, but you never know.
if you're there, I'll make sure that you could probably get it in with everybody there. You
Right?
could do
Yeah,
like a whole show interview with all the artists.
that would be super cool, man. I mean, people will be like, I'm not one of those people that ever asks for anything for free. Like people are like, oh man, can you get me in? No, buy the ticket, support the artist. That's what shows them that you care. Then after time, you build up that loyalty, that trust, and that, you know, they realize that you're really supporting them. Then you won't have to ask. They'll offer it or whatever.
Right.
So time is something that people don't have. They want everything on demand. So for me, I'm a patient person, and to me, the result in the end is worth it. So
Well, I appreciate you having me. I appreciate everybody in the chat. Like
yes, thank you all so much.
like she said, the new album drops July 7th.
July 7th. Yeah. All right. What was the name of it again, sweetie?
Far from done. It's Adrian underscore raps underscore.
Okay. Far from.
And,
All right.
and then Far from done. It's one of those self-titled albums from myself and Trainwreck Kenny. So
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, you should talk to Trainer at Kenny. See if he ever wants. Well, I know he's so busy, but if he's got 30 minutes to hop on one night, because I've always wanted to talk to him, do something kind of like this, and he's worked with a lot of people, so
oh yeah.
maybe you can mention it to him or something. But I'll hit him up on Instagram too. But all right, man. Well, I appreciate you so much for coming on. Everybody in the chat, thank you so much for tuning in. If you guys aren't subscribed to the channel, and if you want to, go ahead and subscribe for me. Hit the like button. It does help push me up in the algorithm I hear. So everybody, I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. And Adrian, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, enjoy the rest of your weekend with your family and keep making music.
Yes, ma'am. Appreciate you.
All right, I'm gonna let you all go at the same time. Salute, brother. Good night, everybody. Bye, guys.
I wish y'all all had bigger balls and believed in yourself more.